Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Black Mesa. Now, Black Mesa is the original Half-Life 1 for having the worst intro probably in the history of gaming. Yeah, I'd reckon that is so, because it consists of 15 minutes of you just walking. For hell, just go away. I'm trying to focus on my words, not you. Thank you. But on the other hand, once it starts, it keeps going, and it is a game that has marked my childhood somewhat, so I have extremely fond memories of the bloody thing and love it to death. This is a remake of it. Now, I have played, actually, Black Mesa on this channel some time ago. Don't quite remember when that was, but there was a beta for this game, and obviously, you know, a lot of things weren't complete, but now Black Mesa has released in its full 1.0 glory, and I'm here to ask and answer one relatively simple question, and that is the game worth your attention now in 2020 when... oh, no, that's not good. Don't put him... oh, for Christ's sake. Alright. Work on that aim a little bit, yeah? Anyways, what was I going to say? Yeah, is the game worth your attention nowadays in 2020 when, well, competition's pretty darn high for FPS games, and Doom Eternal's about to release, and I'm infinitely excited about it, simply due to the fact that Doom 1 was one of the best FPS games I've played in my life, and it did have its problems, but, you know, I still stand by that. Anyways, however, is such a nostalgia trip worth it? Well, I believe I have the shortest answer for a question like this and for first impressions I've ever had in my life. Yes. No, that's not it. Yes, if you're nostalgic towards Half-Life. If you've never played Half-Life, then not really. Mind you, the game is on sale right now. I think it's something like 17 euros in my regional equivalent, and it definitely is worth the experience. It's a story-driven thing. You know, it has a lot to show you, the gameplay is solid, but it is a story-driven FPS, which, you know, we used to not get many of those. Like I said, now there's a bit of a, you know, the genre's sort of coming back now, but used to be that we had a ton of these, then, you know, not that many, and then we have a few of them to choose from now again. But if you've played the original, and you're looking at these soda cans and you're saying, what the hell, those were soda cans? Then yes, this is for you, because 1999, is that when this game released? I actually don't remember all that well. But yeah, like, when this game initially released, graphics weren't that high, as you might be able to guess. Now, Half-Life 2 and, you know, the various episodes of Half-Life 2, which for some reason couldn't be named Half-Life 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you know, there had to be Episode 1, Episode 2, and so on. With the weird naming system, it did have decent graphics, even by today's standards. It's quaint. It's not the, you know, it's not the highest of graphical fidelity, but I put it to you that 10 years from now, you could still play Half-Life 2 and go, you know, those are okay graphics. It's done in this sort of timeless art style, dare I say. At least it is so in my moderate opinion. In my modest opinion, apologies. And it pretty much is the same style for this game as well, but again, it is very much targeted for those... Come along with me. It is very much targeted towards those who would, do you reckon we can, do you reckon we can jump there? because I do. Now, I know what you're thinking, I know. Of course we can. It would have been a cool place to put a secret, even though it wasn't in the original game. Speaking of, though, the original game, it is very, very close to the original. Most of the scenes, most of, well, everything, really, is very close to the original, so it is a true remake. It is not a sort of, what else would it be, right? You could have a game that's completely remade, everything, you know, one-to-one, except for the fact that you've put modern graphics in and maybe changed things up a little bit, but no. Here we have... actually, quite the opposite. Yes, sorry, I'm focusing on trying to find my way out of here. So you can have two types of remakes. One where you change everything, and the other one is where you change very little. Both have their own merits, and... well... good. I appreciate the effort, but there's no way you're hitting it from over there. Anyhow, it is also a good introduction to the rest of the Half-Life series. And I think this doesn't get mentioned enough in, oh, shoot. I suppose this is actually alright. It doesn't get mentioned enough in the rest of the Fallout? Jesus, I need to record video and audio separately. It doesn't get mentioned enough in the other videos that I've seen about the game. If you haven't played any of the... behind you. Behind you. Yeah, the AI isn't that smart, but never mind. They're sort of there as meat shields anyway. It is a really, really good introduction to the rest of the series, you know. If you want to play through Half-Life 2, then, you know, you can start with Black Mesa. Blue Shift, you know, actually, yeah, Blue Shift is this. Sort of. I mean, it revolves around the same event, right? Oh, no, let them come to us. Well, this was actually one of my favourite parts of Half-Life back in the day, having... various... you're a persistent little bastard. Having various enemies fight each other and me seeing who will win and yeah, maybe slightly trying to influence the battle. Anyways. It's a turret, right? Let's go over here. And you know, it's a great introduction towards the rest of it, and you really should play the rest of it as well, if you have any sort of remote interest in games like these, and maybe even help, maybe even replay the damn things, because... ooh. Right, can I knock it out from here? Most likely not, but it doth not stop me from trying. Alright. Good. Guard's not coming up here, though. Where was I? Unless you... no, you don't teleport behind me. Yeah, it screams up ahead. Well, I wonder what it is. I'm sure it's nothing dangerous whatsoever. Oh. Shush, you're distracting me. Also, you've gotten better at jumping. The head crab things, though, not you. Moderately amusing. Ah, shame. We lost him though. No need to. I reckon I'm gonna need to go over there, but okay, that's mildly rude. Let's not resort to violence. Good, there we go. such needless displays of aggression, really. It's... Look, the joke is you become best of friends in the next game, but... Or in episode 2? If I remember right. When they save Alex. Who's Alex? To find out, play the rest of the games, because they're actually really good. I don't know, Black Mesa never was really that much of a great thing for me, but the rest of the games I enjoyed a hell of a lot more for some reason. Is the gravity gun the entire reason for that? Probably. If you don't know what the gravity gun is, you can guess by the name. Yeah, the gravity gun was freaking awesome and continues to be probably one of the greatest inventions in video game mechanics, turning everyday objects into deadly weapons and making the game viable for the rest of the game as well, from the moment you get it. It's not a boring sidearm that you use once in a lifetime. Oh no. The bloody thing is awesome, through and through. Anyways, I probably need to go into that ventilation duct that the scientist got nabbed in. Maybe? No, then again, maybe not. I'm running around frantically because I'm not really focusing on what's happening in the game. I'm also focusing on what I'm about to say, and I'm doing, honestly, truth be told, but don't tell anyone, I'm doing neither very well. Thing is, though, what's changed from the game compared to, I don't know, like, some time ago when it was released in beta? Well, the entire thing is now finished, which is, I'm sure you'll agree, an important distinction. There was some, like, the final fight was taking ages to actually do properly and to you know, put all the dialogue in for the final boss. I won't spoil what it is, though you can see it in the level select screen. Multiplayer's now working properly. I say properly. It is, though. It is working as intended most of the time. And, yeah. If you could play this with your friends, I think you'd have a blast, because the game actually keeps some of the bugs. I hope it keeps one of them as a feature, though I doubt it. Hello. Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do. Look, I'm playing a very angry Morgan Freeman, alright? Morgan Freeman? Do I think... I just realised the game, that my recording slightly freezes when, Oh! Didn't realise that was open. Alright. Crap. Okay, we need to move. Jesus, I thought I was safe behind that thing. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Okay, got it. But anyways, I think you've seen more than enough in this short little extract or excerpt of gameplay to determine whether something like this would interest you at all, or not. For me personally, I think I'm going to play through the game.
Down here, get topside. I hear troops are coming in to save us.
Yeah, the troops are not coming to save us, they're coming to blow the place up. How do I know? Instinct. But think about it, you screw up and you unleash something like this from another dimension. Let's not get hit anymore, it's not fun. They're probably not going to come over and save you, they're probably going to come over and whoop your asses and blow the place sky high to make sure you don't repeat the same bloody mistake again. Anyways, though, think it's a good title, and I think it's worth your while in 2020 as more than a nostalgia trip. But it really will depend on you. It's all about this sort of gameplay. I mean, the story's there and it's interesting, especially if you play the rest of the games, but if you have no intention of playing Half-Life 2 at any point in your lives, especially with Half-Life Alyx coming out soon, I think this is a great sort of lead into that and an opportunity to get acquainted with the story now more so than ever, because, you know, one of the oldest games, or actually the oldest game in the series has just been remade. So from that side of things, I think it's a good idea. Also, it's an old school game, even though it's in 2020 and, you know, it's been remade. It still has the same core gameplay elements, the non-regenerating health and all that. How the freaking hell did you... Oh, whoops. Oh. Reasonable. Now, so usually I shoot the science team when when I'm down here, because I'm with the science team. Now, if that doesn't mean anything to you, then yeah, it doesn't matter. It's an old reference. Anyways, I'm not going to shoot you. You know why? Because it's the 8th of March and it's Women's Day. So, you have your life. There you go. I think it's the best present I could have ever afforded you. At least I'm recording this on the 8th of March. I don't know. Maybe it'll be the 9th by the time I release it. Been awfully busy lately, not that it matters too much. Anyhow, yeah. I think that's about it, in terms of what I have to contribute to the overall commentary and my talk about whether you should pick up something like this for yourself or not. Now, that said, there is but one more thing, and that is I wish that they had redone it in a different engine and made it look better. Because don't get me wrong, this is nice, you know, especially if you compare it to... Oh, you bastard. Especially if you compare it to... that is nice. To the original game, this is miles above and beyond anything like that. But still, the 2020 graphics, it's not that great. But it does keep the authentic graphic style and gameplay and all that from the other Half-Life games, the newer ones. So I suppose there is something to be said about that as well, and I don't dislike it for it, but you know. First of all, how dare you? Second of all, I get the feeling that this will be useful, so I'm going to bring it along with me. Look, you never know. Not this. This. Never mind, it's not going to be useful. Huh. You have any idea what I'm supposed to do? No? Because I've just broken that. And I get the feeling that I was supposed to take the valve thing. Ha, interesting. Pun not at all intended. The valve thing to here, maybe not. Anyhow, to avoid confusing my poor brain anymore, I'm going to cut the video here and tell you all that the game is now finished, it's cheap, and it is very much worth your time, in my modest opinion. Now, all that said, it will mostly depend on the nostalgia thing. and whether you have any of that or not towards this game. But if not, then, and you know, provided that you don't have the aforementioned interest in the series anymore, it's still a good experience, right? It's still a good experience in that there's a story, there's new and interesting stuff to do compared to like most of the games of its time, and even nowadays. I mean, this sort of mix-up of puzzle solving and action is not all too common in the. I probably have nothing to do with this, and I'm just being an idiot. It is not all too common nowadays. But really wasn't all too common back then either. So yeah. That's all I have for now. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Like, subscribe down below if you enjoyed the video and want to stay tuned with the rest of the content that I produce on the channel, of which there will be proportionately more of nowadays, because I had to take a bit of a, not break, because I certainly wasn't on a break, but I was busy with non-YouTube related stuff, so, you know, unfortunate as that was, I couldn't make all too many videos in the last week or so. But anyways, that being as it may be, until next time, have fun, take care, and bye bye.